bad, y'all. I ended up hitting the stop button by accident, and
that's the
I never actually really did it. So I'm gonna
intensify the stress.
I like the part.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna apply the pressure.
But yeah, so and we need to
put it down.
Clear, quick communication. Ain't nobody, ain't no bad. Man, trying to really move forward progress in my guitar. Yeah, I said another man because here's the deal. I'm a man. I'm a straight heterosexual man. So, yeah, I made underpriced every day down in all this life and society. Still I hold on. Some head strong and focus with life, no time to pay the price of failure. Let me tell you, no lie. Living by the struggles, rules. Gotta do what you gotta do. That's fit. We struggling, who gives a damn? You got friends that's got out shit. My head pounding. What am I gonna do? Gotta get on the hustle, making a cheese, coming up out of the low life of the ghetto. Gotta make this come up on the real. I don't even talk to my mom. Get a life, show me no love, but give me reason to make we move on some. Whenever me and her do talk, don't get me wrong, we have good, nice, good, long conversations. But my mom understands. My mom understands. It's one of those things that's like this. Whenever I do, my mom is one person, whenever she does call me, I'm gonna answer that phone. But she don't call me all the time, because she don't need to talk to me all the time. Me and her discussed this, you know. And she's my mom, she's a woman. So, and the same goes for her. Anytime I call her, she always answers the phone. So, but that's mom. You know what I'm saying? So, ain't nobody here. And if you got
this was only a dream. Trapped in a slum, surrounded by the crack things. Means of survival, I guess. Hustle in the hood, where the bulletproof vest. Help me, Lord, I can't get no deeper than this. Wish I wasn't born in this world of bastards. Misfit moms got love for me. But you don't know what I do. Ooh, got a slang 9 to 5, don't bring it enough. Ooh, steadily, look out for myself, my truth, and my family. See, gotta go for self, cause won't nobody take care of me. Strategy, keep fools out of my place, gotta take care of my business. What is this? Two true play headers on the real, you better get with this. Been dog for too long, come strong, fool is on. AJ Click coming thick for the 9-6, right down to the very bone. Never let it in. 86 ghetto life, 86 them ghetto blues, true. Coming up for the 9-6, playing headers, you bound to lose, break rules. Ain't no laws here, player. Understand ghetto blues, goes for more testing truths, but remember the man, go home if you sensitive. Gotta live, nothing gives business. Christ situations, comprehensive has to. So it's just get rid of all excesses. Always stay true to my truths. I can do this. Gotta check these problems away from these ghetto blues.
Okay. First of all, I owe you an explanation. You don't owe motherfucker any explanation. First of all, get that out. Second of all, I would probably rather slap you than explain anything.
Trying to get a nigga shit tight with the man in the mid. See clear through the rest of my days on earth. Big piece of the puzzle sits burning. It only get worse until we all land in the hearse. It's a ghetto curse. Every little kid in the hood done felt this Georgia's departure. Up out of this hellhole, nigga done fell off stress. But I'm blessed by the soldier. I beg of you, Lord Jesus, help me deliver myself and my clique from this evil. People surrounding my soul, sending his entities through my peoples, helping me take control of my destiny. I can't let these streets get the best of me. With all of my kids right next to me, you get respect for me to keep grinding desperately, calculating my every move. Gotta prove to these fools with confused intentions. Do you think I maintain the mission? Cause really my truths can't settle for no prison sentence. So I keep my distance from your plotting. Stand at the window looking for a rainbow level. Can't settle for the same old. Claim more good with love to the death that the game goes. Reviewing all possibilities, responsibilities is major now. Ain't no need on dwelling with a danger bound. Shit'll change around if we make it suit up. 2 blocks full of war, check the score. 2 truths can't lose. Cause you know we got shit to prove. That'll stick to you. Living a lie, singing these ghetto blues.
But I will say this. Like I said,
ghetto blues has got me down for the last time. Ghetto blues has got me down for the last time.
their life is, they at that time and moment, they seem like their life is so
Get up,
hard.
got me down for the last time. I said it got
You know,
me
these
down.
people out there who
Ghetto blues
they don't
got
have
me
parents.
down.
They don't have a girlfriend.
Ghetto blues got me
They-
down.
Either don't have none of their parents, or got one of their parents, or their parents, their parents is in a situation where they may be sick or unable and stuff like that, and need to be taken care of. You know, people with children they're not happy with the stability of the situation with their children, and they're struggling and fighting to try and fix that. You know, they may have some issues with the person that they have a child with, whether it's the baby daddy or the baby mama. And you got the nerve to sit up here and be complaining about something your girlfriend or your ex-girlfriend said, and you want to try and compare it to that person's issues. First of all, that's like I said, they owe you no explanation. The whole struggle was struggle, period. So the whole comparing of struggles and situations shouldn't even be, especially if, you know, this person is someone that you cool with, you know what I mean? But let's go ahead and compare. If you since y'all like to push the issue and push the envelope and go down that road, let's go ahead and compare. All right. Do you can always get another man. If you're a female, you can always get another man. I mean, I'm just being real, you know. Some people aren't just disposable. I'm not saying that. But I'm just talking about real reality here. You can find another. You may not deserve to find another boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, if you're a chick, or a girlfriend if you're a dude, but you can. You only get one mother, one father, and you can't replace your children. Your children are so precious. It's a part of you. So, how dare you sit up here and try and push the issue on somebody who got shit like that going on because you having problems in your household or with your relationship. Absolutely not hearing it at all whatsoever. Absolutely not hearing it. Shit like that will, like, after so long, it makes somebody want to slap the crap out of you. I'm just saying. Glorifying the struggle. You know, people's upbringing, whether if it's good, it was a easy or good upbringing, or kind of bad or rough upbringing. It don't matter. What that person has attained, you don't know what that person's struggles was. You know, that person may have a good upbringing and might have had, you know, a lot of stuff coming up. You know, he might have had a stable home and had both parents. But what if he was adopted? What if it's something that's struggling inside of him because he don't know who his real parents is? Maybe what if both of his parents died? You know what I'm saying? Or both of their parents died. You know, or was drug addicts, or whatever the case may be. You don't know. Just because he grew up in a nice home or whatever, a stable home, doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve what he or she has attained. Because the thing is once you get grown, you gotta do this shit on your own. And if you do what you gotta do is necessary to maintain what you have. And if you have support systems to help you, guess what? You have every right to use those support systems to help you out. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. You have to be living and maneuvering a certain way in order for those support systems to still be there for you. You can't be out here doing a whole bunch of dumb shit and expect people to help you. That means even your parents. You know what I'm saying? Whether they real or foster, your grandparents, whoever you got in your life that is your support system that is helping you, I'm sorry, everybody has an opportunity to where someone wanted to be there for them and help them out. So I'm not hearing that. It's all about how you maneuver to keep those support systems in your corner. So, me personally, I have a mixture of both. I grew up in the hood, but I did get to go to college. People think, oh man, so you went to college that oh you had it good for some reason. No, let me tell you something. Me going to college, I didn't even really. It was just something I just did. Like I didn't know how less I had until I went to college and I seen what all these people had growing up. They showing me pictures of back home and stuff like that and everything. Like they had their own rooms and stuff. I didn't have my own room. I slept on the couch at my house growing up. Most of my childhood, I slept on the couch. I didn't have my own room. You know what I'm saying? But I had a lot of discipline and structure in my household, and my mom made sure that we was fed and that we had what we needed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and of course I had a little game system and and men and toys and stuff like that to play with as a kid and everything. But I wasn't a child that was hard to satisfy. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up in a different era anyway. But my neighborhood was tough. I had to learn how to protect myself. I was, carrying weapons. I was carrying weapons, hell, when I was around 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? My son he growing up. He's being raised right now way different than I did. He doesn't have to worry about the things that I had to worry about growing up. But at the same time, he's not right now. He doesn't have that same structure that I had growing up. My mom didn't play. So it wasn't a factor of me being, having everything handed to me, because it wasn't exactly like that. And I didn't know that. I thought I had it good, to be honest. And then I would go to college and I meet all these kids and all these other kids, and seeing what they had, what their parents had done for them. I was like, well, shit. I am from the hood. Like, it was a reality check, really, when you get to thinking about it. But the good thing is this. It's what made it so nice is that the fact that I was raised, and it's not about what you give your children, it's about what you put. It's not about what you give to them, it's about what you put in them. And between my brother, my mom, and my grandma, I didn't even realize that I had it that bad. So in actuality, it really wasn't that bad. I feel like it created a balance for me, because I have, I come from a humble background, but at the same time, I know what it's like to appreciate having something. You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's love, structure, making sure you clothed and fed, like just being able to appreciate having the basics. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, people try to have this competition, like, oh, I didn't have the opportunity to go to college. Yeah, you probably did. Your ass just didn't fucking go. It's not hard to go to college, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't all what it's cracked up to be honest. Now, you learn that later on in life, down the road, when you got thousands of dollars of debt racked up because you went to college. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't pay for it out of your own pocket. You know what I'm saying? You had to get loans and stuff like that. So anybody can go to college if your dumbass graduate high school, you can go to college. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
You know, hell, I had to go to a college out of state or whatever because of the police in our city, because of some shit that happened to us when we was teenagers. My mom was scared for my life. I had a fucking scholarship to go to the community college in Sinclair. I had to leave behind a freaking 2-year scholarship to go to a school and get in debt because of that. So I'm not hearing nobody trying to complain about and compare their struggles with mine, or you shouldn't either. You shouldn't. Don't even get into that battle with somebody. You owe them no fucking explanation. You know what I'm saying? Get them people the hell over. Tell them to keep it moving. Get on. So at the end of the day, what it's about is this. It's about being capable. Being capable over an image. See, people take the image of struggle and they glorify it. Oh man, I was in the streets, I was da 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 da. So you automatically think that makes you a tougher, a bigger, badder, tougher man than me? Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a good example because I do come from some very humble backgrounds. But I got a mix of the both because of my own. I put myself in these situations. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to maneuver and act a certain way to get to certain places and be able to do certain things. That's why I know and can relate to people from all walks of life. Because I did not stay what I came from. I didn't stay in that level. The idea was to get the hell out anyway. I don't need to keep the image. You know what I'm saying? Forget the image. It's about being capable. So my question is this. Just because you decide that you want to act like some buffoon, sag your pants, smoke fucking weed all the damn time, and whatever else, you know, and because you didn't go to college or whatnot, you think you a tougher, bigger, bad man than me. You most likely wrong about that. Because I know people who come from really good backgrounds and had the opportunity to train themselves, whether it be train their hands physically in a martial art and going to the gun range and practicing shooting and going hunting and stuff like that. You don't know what these people are doing. You don't know what another person knows. There's kids that live in the suburbs that don't really, you know, see a bunch of conflict and put up and go through a lot of crap, but in a one-on-one fist fight, they will dust your cookies because they train to. They do the shit every day. They spar every day. They train every day. So hand to hand on some stuff, they will dust your cookies. One-on-one. You think that you've been out here and had yourself several, little fights with people, other motherfuckers who don't really know how to fight and stuff like that, make you bad when you come up against someone who's actually trained. So it's about being capable. It ain't about some bullshit ass image. Trust me, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to save you. Now, to the final part. Bonds that hinder. Bonds that hinder your foundation. Bonds that hinder your forward progress. They must be cut and not made again. Like I said in Omega, you gotta have your own self-sufficient, forward progressing foundation. Period. If you don't, then that is a recipe for manipulation. So make sure that you don't be having no bonds that hinder. Part 3's coming soon.